Well, hello and welcome. Welcome to the beach. I'm down here today at a beach not terribly far from where I live because about 3.5 years ago, I came down to this beach with the same little solo light stove and I filmed my very first YouTube video. It's hard to believe, but yes, it was in the spring, and 3.5 years ago now. And since then, this channel has just grown and grown, and hopefully I've grown along with it and learned a few things that maybe the videos are a little bit better now, but nonetheless, I just wanted to come down to say a very special thank you to all of you, because a little while ago, this channel reached the 100,000 subscriber mark. If anybody had told me 3.5 years ago that my YouTube channel would grow, that it would last 3.5 years, and that it would grow to have that many plus subscribers, I would never have believed it. And once you reach 100,000 subscribers, YouTube asks if you would like to receive your plaque. So my grandchildren, of course, just insisted that I had to get the plaque. And I'm kind of glad that they encouraged me to do it. So here it is. This is the YouTube silver plaque for passing the 100,000 subscribers. So I am now have in my proud possession this wall plaque. And I know that my family was pretty excited about it. I was excited about reaching that many subscribers myself. And so I want to just say a big thanks to all of you, because this plaque is actually yours as much as it is mine, because you're the ones who enabled me to receive it. So thank you ever so much. When I first started this channel back in the day, I just did it primarily to see if I could actually make a video. I was bored from COVID and lockdowns, and I just wanted to try something new, and I'd watched a lot of videos on YouTube, and so I thought, I wonder if I could do that. And anyway, you never know till you get into something. At first it was just a lark. I was pleased that I could do anything, and I didn't do it very well. But I had watched lots of videos on YouTube on how to make a YouTube channel. And one of the things that more than one person on YouTube said is, don't wait until you're really good. Because the only way you get better is by doing it. And I'm just keeping an eye on my little solo light stove. I haven't used it for a while, but it looks like the water's boiling. So I'll go get my tea and come back. Perfect. All right, there we are. I think that I was saying that I just started this channel because I wondered if I could. And then, you know, as I was watching people talk about how to do this YouTube channel business, it came to a point when, they said, the first thing that I heard was, that, you know, you don't wait until you're good at it. You have to just start and get going and make your mistakes and just keep working at it. So after a few videos, and I kept watching the how-tos, I came across a tutorial that talked about commitment to the process. And they had some questions, and you could, answer the questions, and based on your answers, you could gauge how deep was your commitment. And I was I was enjoying the learning process, but I was not sure about how much I wanted to commit to this. I thought about it for a little while, and then I thought, well, they're right. If you're going to do something and you want to do it reasonably well, you do have to make an actual effort and commitment to the process. So I hummed and hawed for a while, and then I decided to go for it. I can't tell you exactly when that was, but it was probably after I'd been into it for about 6 months. And I'd had some people watching it, my channel, which all surprised me. At first they were just family and friends who I coerced into watching the whole, 10 minutes so that it would count. And at that point you had to have far more subscribers and so many watch hours before you could actually get any kind of monetization. So, but I wasn't really into it to do for the money, although I thought it would be kind of nice because it helps buy equipment. But that wasn't really my motivation. It was more just about learning the process, and I was enjoying learning to edit. And I had a lot of headaches with that. Tried a couple of different editing programs, and I just found iMovie worked best for me, and I just have continued to use iMovie. It's straightforward, and I'm comfortable with it. It would be nice to do more, but I don't know how many more headaches I want. I'm enjoying the process very much. So anyway, that's how it sort of came along, and I think once I made that commitment, I really started to think about it. I watched more videos on how to do thumbnails, and there's so much information out there. And some of it I found overwhelming, and I looked for the videos that were I looked for people who were teaching on the videos who I could somehow relate to. Of course, everybody was much younger than me. And they all sort of had an assumption that you knew what you were doing on a computer. A little did they know. No, there's a lot of us who don't know very much except how to do an email, etc. So, yeah, it was a huge learning curve. But I do enjoy trying new things. You may have figured that out. And I enjoy a challenge and making myself use my mind. And so I carried on. And then, of course, I got to meet so many of you. And some of you have actually been around since that first year. And I want to commend you for sticking to this channel for that long. But it's because of people like all of you who are probably watching this today that I've carried on. And I've said that in other videos, and I've thanked you, I think, with some degree of regularity, because I'm very much aware of the positive energy that you all contribute to this channel. And it's that positive energy that attracts more people, and it keeps motivating me to keep doing this and having fun. That's the other thing. I've got to be having fun. This is a sideline. It is, though, now a part-time job, and I have to treat it as that to try and respectfully put out something that's worth your time to watch. So sometimes I'm more successful than other times, but that's the nature of it. And when a video doesn't do as well as I would have hoped, I'm okay with it. I just never can figure out the algorithm totally, really. And but I had a good time camping or cooking or doing whatever, and so that's important to me. And the people who do watch it seem to have a lot of fun coming along. So that's really what this video is about, is just to thank you and tell you a little bit about what the process has been like. I get asked quite often about how I got into this and how did I learn to do. I know one thing that does amaze me is that every once in a while, though, I'll get somebody who will insist that I'm not actually videoing my videos alone, and that I can't possibly have got my canoe on the car, and that I probably have some phantom editor. They're few and far between. You know, they're 1 in 1,000, but, you know, I think, you know, I just wonder why that is. And I think probably it's because I'm a smaller, older woman, and people don't think that we have capabilities. Some people don't, but you all know that we do. And so, yeah, that always amuses me a bit when I read something like that, but I just take it with a grain of salt because I know what I do, and I know that I'm still learning. I really encourage you, if you're ever thinking of doing a YouTube channel, to give it a go. And, you know, for some of you who don't know a whole lot about technology and get lost in watching the how-tos, which I did, there's a fellow by the name of Dave Whipple who's a very successful YouTuber. And his YouTube is Bush Radical. But if you look up at Dave Whipple, he's put together a few, maybe a dozen shorter videos that really focus on some bare bones points for making YouTube videos. They're not complicated, and their language is for the average Joe or Josephine. And he's clear, he's down to earth. So that's a good place for you to start if you were thinking about doing a YouTube video. And I've continually learning from other people, and Dave's certainly one of them. So anyway, big thanks to all of you once more. And I'm just going to sit here and enjoy this beautiful little spot at the beach and have my tea and spend a half an hour or so just sitting here relaxing and being grateful for this amazing experience and for having you as the people who are part of this community. So thank you very, very much.